In this screencast, I'm going to walk you through our schedule for spring 2015. This is for BUSA 215 Information Science, and this is for my online class. I'm not going to read through all of this, but I am going to just highlight the main points. Each week, a new folder of content will open up in Blackboard, and this will happen always on Saturday morning. Almost all of your assignments are due on Sunday at midnight. So you have a full 8-9 days to finish your homework. That should give you plenty of time. It gives you 2 weekends to work on your homework. I highly recommend that you work on it early. In this type of class, we're dealing with a lot of different kinds of technology and computer and software, and things break in that world. And so make sure you start things early so you can allow time in case things break. Choosing to wait until 10 o'clock on Sunday night means that you might run into a problem, and as you see down here, late work is not accepted. So please make sure you give yourself that time to get everything done in the time it might take you. So let's take a look really quick at how this course is laid out. In week 1 and 2, we're going to go over orientation and computer basics. We have a lot of just little quizzes and a blog and a general technology exam, and you'll get all the information you need in order to take that. Now over here, this is where the assignment actually takes place. So for all of these quizzes, you are going to complete them inside of My IT Lab, and there are instructions on how to get connected to My IT Lab in this first week as well. Now all of our blogs and some of the research paper assignments will need to be completed inside of Blackboard. So that's why I posted this column showing you where it is you need to post things. It is very, very, very important that you pay attention to that. It can be kind of easy to get confused, and that's why I've created this schedule. I recommend printing this schedule out and just crossing things off as you go so that you know exactly what it is that's due that week and where you need to do it. Now you'll also see in this first week we have a midweek deadline for the Get to Know You blog. You will find the instructions for this blog inside of Blackboard in that week 1 folder, and in there it has all the full instructions that you need. And it will tell you that on Wednesday of this week, you need to have your initial post of your blog up in Blackboard. You then have until Sunday to finish responding to the other people in your group that have posted a blog. So just pay attention. There are a few midweek deadlines, but there are only a couple of them. Almost always your assignments are going to be due by Sunday. So let's move down here a little bit more. We will then have 3 weeks of each of the software applications that we cover. So we will do 3 weeks of Word, 3 weeks of Excel, and so on. When we hit week 3 and start into Word, things will start to get repetitive and kind of normal routine as we move on from there. So each week you will have a simulation training, a grader project, and an end of chapter quiz that are all done in My IT Lab. We will do that for all the chapters in our book that we cover. So we will have Word, week 1, 2, and then 3. Now, in week 5, when we're finishing up Word, once again, we're doing 3 chapters of each application. So in week 5, we are done with Word, and something else will take place. In this class, as I talk about in the syllabus screencast, we will be taking MOS exams, which are the Microsoft Office specialist exams that you will take at the testing center. With that, we also have practice exams that we have purchased for you as students, and you have unlimited access to that. So in week 5, you need to complete one of these practice exams, and that's done inside Geometrics, and we will talk about that in week 5, how to get in, how to do those, and go through all of that process. So that will be due week 5. Now, in the past, we've also tested on Word this week, but because you have to go to the testing center and because you're taking a third-party exam, we're giving you 3 weeks to take that Word exam at the testing center, which means that in the weeks that we have Excel, so chapters 1, 2, and then 3, you'll notice your Word exam is actually due at the end of the Excel section. So it's giving you 3 weeks once we're done with Word to get into the testing center and pass that exam. Now this is the same case for Excel. We finish Excel here in week 8. You then have 3 weeks to finish the Excel exam at the testing center. And technically for Excel you have 4 because spring break does fall in the middle of that. The testing center is open during spring break, so you do have some extra time for that. Please let me know if you have any questions at all about the schedule. It shows you right here that it's going to open that Saturday morning and close that Sunday night. And just let me know if you need anything or anything is confusing on here. I have tried to make it as clear as possible. And that's the end of this screencast.